But yeah, man, let me switch gears now, man. We didn't have what these niggas gonna be like, oh, these niggas they talking like Lux right now. They're having Lux third rounds. Get to the niggatry. I want to hear battle rap. Nico, what's going on? You're letting this nigga go on a tangent. We didn't come here to hear Malcolm X. Nico, idiot. Like, they already know you niggas is feeling that way. So let's go ahead and talk battle rap now, man. You, sir, have two battles coming up, man. Two big battles. You know what I'm saying? One that's a year in the making. Another one that, in my opinion, I feel could be the most impactful battle by far this year, but you could look at history of battle rap, like just what can be said with you versus Loso. Then obviously coming up this weekend, man, you got you and Aye Verb, man. So I'll touch on the Aye Verb one first, man. How are you feeling about this battle now, man? I've been seeing the back and forth. I've been seeing all the, you know what I'm saying, the words that have been mixed and going back and forth, and this nigga's up until 3 a.m. talking to his battle rap friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you feeling about this Aye Verb battle, man?
It's funny, man. It's interesting. I had to study Aye Verb a little better to understand his tactics and to understand his personality. So, you know, sometimes you got to know how to combat that, man. And you got to know how to simplify it. It's really simple, you know, when you're dealing with a egotistical maniac like that. So for me, I'm in a calm state. I'm in a zen state, man. I'm locked in. I'm ready to go. He's trying to create the narrative like this is some big thing, and I always try to tell people like we was touching on earlier, I don't give a fuck about the general battle raps fans' point of view or opinion on what I do. And that's the thing that my opponents, especially him, are failing to realize. Like, bro, I'm not coming here to prove I'm a better rapper than you. I know I'm a better rapper than you. I make better music than you. Matter of fact, I make better music than most of y'all. That's rapping. That's where the real skill set of rapping is. How do you sound rhythmically over beats? How do you fit into pockets? How do you use cadences? How are you able to use entendres and fit them into bar structure over records? Like, to me, that's really, you know, what qualifies you as an MC. Battle rapping is loose. It's not confined to anything. You can set up your style however you want it to set up. You can rhyme every 8 bars damn near. In battle rap, you don't even have to rhyme on a 2-bar measure or a 4-bar measure, really. So I'm not here to prove I can out-rap anybody. I'm here to use the platform to convey a message, man. So it's like, and while doing that, I just so happen to be a better rapper than 90% of y'all. And so I'm automatically winning in that category. And then you add on the message that I try to put out there, which is subjective, which is polarizing, which is like either you fuck with it or you don't. You know what I mean? It's the truth. Everyone should fuck with truth, but, you know, in the climate of today's, you know, with the race shit and all that, I come with a pro-black African perspective. So, of course, I'm splitting the room in half. I'm making white folks uncomfortable. I'm making cool niggas uncomfortable. So, yeah, man, like, with this Aye Verb shit, it's just, for me, it's just another opportunity to say something impactful and do something impactful, not only for the culture of battle rap, but for the hip-hop culture. I think that gets lost. Like, battle rap culture is hip-hop culture, you know, so I don't allow myself to get confined to just battle rap culture when I battle strict and I get college professors calling me up wanting to have a conversation, you know, like Dr. Boyce Watkins and shit like that. Like, when I get that type of reaction, like, I know I got to continue to do something that's bigger than just battle rap, you know. So Aye Verb, once again, it's another nigga that's just talking about battle rap. Oh, you got to battle me and da-da-da-da-da, and oh, all the pressure's on you, and whoopty-whoopty-whoopty, and I'm like, bro, you still don't get me. You still don't get me. You know, I can never feel pressure from you or the battle rap culture to prove I can out-rap you. My pressure is conveying a message to the people that's easily digestible, you know what I mean, without going over their heads, and try to continue to inspire. You know what I mean? I get messages from single black mothers. I get messages from little kids that look up to me, bro. So I have a obligation to them. I don't give a fuck about no fucking battle rap fans and how many punchlines they counted in my rounds or whatever. Like, it's not what I'm here for. And if you think that's what I'm here for, then, just don't fuck with me. You don't got to watch my – it don't make me nothing. Listen, man, we get a purse to battle. You feel me? Niggas pay us to battle. So it's not like I need a certain view count, in order to – like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if a million people watch my shit or if one person watch my shit. As long as the right people are watching my shit and getting the right message and it's inspiring them, that's all I care about, bro. So these niggas can never get me off my square or nothing like that because – I'm not here for that anyways. I'm not all emotional about, do you guys think I'm a good rapper? Did I have enough punchlines for you guys? Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit, bro.
Yeah, man, because I'm going to be honest, bro. There's, just being real, there's a lot of battle rap fans who, if they don't like the message you're saying, you could have clearly better material, better perform, better everything, but because they didn't like the message you came with, well, no, I like what this, he beat B-Dot. Nah, B-Dot lost that battle. It's like, how? He clearly out-rapped him. He clearly outperformed him. His material was better. Like, what did he not win it? Nah, he lost that battle. And it's like, okay, if you want to say that from that perspective, good. In my opinion, it's like I feel people with battle rap, they want to make it one thing and not another. Like, they want to make it all about wins and losses. And it's like, first of all, if it was about wins and losses, some of y'all alleged GOATs wouldn't be GOATs. They'd be mid-tier, bottom tier. That's number one. Number two, in hip-hop in general, it's not just about a win or a loss. A lot of time it's about just putting out something of substance that somebody can relate to, somebody can build from. The shit that Pac said in the 90s, like J. Cole said this once, man, I 100% agree. Some Pac said may not hit somebody until 40 or 50 years later, but when it hits that person and that person hears what Pac was saying, they may be the next revolutionary. It may wake some up in them, and they may start something. You know what I'm saying? Something that you saying in the battle right now may not touch another battle rapper for another 20 or 30 years, but when it hits them, they're going to be like, okay, hold on. It's time to get about this work. So I feel like a lot of people try to make this shit like a sport where it's like the win and the loss, but it's like, dude, if everything was a win and a loss, a lot of y'all would not have these people that you're holding up so high. Like, if it was wins and losses, getting back to Verb, this nigga would be bottom tier to mid tier. Like, this nigga has some of the worst losses in the history of battle rap. He has some of the greatest performances as well, but he has some of the worst L's I've ever seen on cam, ever. I'm talking about annihilation of that nigga on some of these battles. So it's like, I feel like battle rap fans, they just don't have the consistency to even have these conversations about, well, we don't care about the message. It's like, y'all don't care about wins and losses either, so what do y'all care about? Do y'all just, like, what is it that y'all want? Y'all not even consistent with your own, you know what I'm saying, logic to even talk about this. So this battle, I feel, is going to be interesting because a lot of people, they just want to see Verb come back and have a great Aye Verb performance. You know what I'm saying? There's the dynamic of it being a home game. Well, it's not in St. Louis, and we know how that is because we know the background of what happened with that situation. But it's going to be interesting, I think, to see how everything comes full circle with this battle because obviously Aye Verb's doing a lot more selling to the people on Twitter, internet, and everything like that. So hopefully his material is matching what he's selling. But as we know from recent history, normally it's not, per se.
Yeah, I think it will be though. I think it will be, and I agree with a lot of the things people have been saying. Like, well, Aye Verb has been given the shitty performances because he hasn't been inspired, and nobody really pushed him. And so with this situation, he's absolutely terrified. I can smell it. I can smell blood from 1,000 miles away. Like, the brother is absolutely nervous and terrified, and but that's a good thing for him. When you're nervous and terrified, it forces you to rethink bars, to restructure shit, to make things better. And I believe that he's pushing himself to his potential now. Whether his potential is the same potential, Verb versus FB, Verb versus Hollow, Verb versus Hitman. Even I thought the Verb versus Swave Seb was pretty good. Whether or not he can max out and reach those levels, we'll see. But I do think it would be a way better Verb than versus Sharon, versus Mr. Mills, versus Bonnie, versus James. Anything that we've seen in recent memory where he's been lackluster, I don't think we're going to get that. I think I proved pretty much that people don't play when it come to me because they know how serious I am, how serious I take the craft. And we've seen the best Eddie Myers. We've seen the best Cortez versus me. I believe we're going to see the best Aye Verb. If not ever, because that's very difficult to duplicate or replicate, I would say. I maybe not as good as the Hitman Verb and all that shit, but I think we'll see a very, very great Verb. And then it'll just be a polarizing decision. Do you fuck with the fact Aye Verb was spazzing out and had some dope punches and entendres, or do you fuck with the subject matter and the material that B-Dot was kicking? It's pretty much what it's going to be from here on out with me in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm coming with subject matter and material. I don't really care about proving I can come up with a better entendre than my opponent, because that's what everybody else does. And so if I just turn into everybody else, you know, like I said earlier, I feel like I'm doing a disservice to myself and my people with such a great skill set. I much rather create storylines and create themes and angles for in-depth conversations that can transcend battle rap.
That's a fact, man. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that one, man. That's going to be a crazy battle right there. Like you said, I'm hoping Verb, you know what I'm saying, proves me wrong. You know, I keep calling him mid-tier Verb, you know what I'm saying. Hopefully he shows up in his top tier, or at least has a great performance to make the battle a classic. Because I feel like if you just look at you guys both on your A game, the battle has a lot of potential. It's just going to be more so on Aye Verb to go ahead and execute that, because he hasn't shown it recently. But we'll definitely be looking forward to that one. And then obviously the other battle, which I feel could have the most impact in battle rap, period, is you versus Loso. Like, there's so much to talk about with this battle. The quote-unquote conscious pro-black brother versus the Christian. It's so many things to talk about with that, and not even just if I excluded those things, just like the things that you could talk about just within battle rap, you know, with what he's done and the things that he's at. I mean, there's so many different things to talk about with that one. But what are you looking forward to with that battle, and how do you feel that battle is going to go as far as the outcome afterwards?
What do you mean by the outcome? Like, you're not talking about a win or a loss. You're talking about just like the conversation it may spark?
Yeah, like the conversation, because something like that, man, it's like the Danny battle. No, we'd never seen anybody talk to Danny the way that you would talk to him. Like, just not even talking to him, but just using him as the catalyst to go ahead and talk to people like him as well. You know, we have videos from his family members that was still feeling the effects of that battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it had that much impact where people left there feeling a certain way about the battle. You know what I'm saying? So with the Loso battle, it's like, damn, this is like almost set up on a silver platter to be the same way, just based on the obvious conversation. And also those that we probably have not thought of. Like, do you feel like the conversation after the battle will be something that will resonate, like, through battle rap history, or like, what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, man, absolutely. I think that I think things will be said on both ends that will create conversation, create interest, create research, create debate. I think that's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? I think that I think all the ingredients, you know, lead up to some good gumbo, if you will. You know what I'm saying? I think that Loso has conviction, has a great cadence, has decent punches, pretty good punches, and I think that he is a great opponent from an intellectual standpoint as a Christian apologist to defend Christianity in some of the attacks that I've made on it in previous battles. So I feel like out of all the Christian battle rappers, he's probably the best one to give me the challenge. And once again, you can't get around truth. So truth is truth. So there's the truth will be said, and then there's a belief system or a perspective that will be given on his part, and then it's going to split the room. You know, obviously, if you're Christian and you're devout and you're into your belief system, you know, you're going to feel uneasy about some of the things that are said, and you may sway his way. If you're pro-black, Pan-African, and you understand the history, you understand it from an anthropologic perspective, like you did the work on ancient antiquity and cultures and shit like that, it's pretty easy to call this one even before the battle even starts, like in terms of the information and the knowledge. So it's going to split the room. It's going to cause conversation. And one of the most overlooked aspects of the battle is that we both can really rap well. So I think that the Christian versus African whole thing, it gets overhyped, but it's cool because it sells the fight and all that. But I still think that there's a part of us just as rappers that want to out-rap each other, not just out context or out subject matter or out, history each other, so to speak. I think that there's still an aspect there that we still want to, take each other's heads off just lyrically and just prove that we both feel like we rap better than the other one from a general perspective. So I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to be both of these is going to be dog fights. You know what I mean? But if anybody could do it, I could do it, especially because I personalize my material. I think it's more difficult for punchline rappers to battle back to back because their punchlines can be applicable to whomever. So they have to come up with the conscious decision of, okay, who should this punchline go to and who should this go to and da-da-da-da. But for me, coming up with material for Aye Verb Loso was fairly easy, and separating the two and preparing kind of like from two different perspectives was fairly easy. And so the rounds are memorized because they're personal. They're direct attacks on each opponent. So nothing is getting like mixed up and crossed. You know what I'm saying? They're in their separate places in their separate lanes. So I'm ready to fight, man. I'm looking forward to two fights. I'm not really on some I'm gonna smoke these niggas type shit, to be quite honest with you. I think they're both going to be close. I think they're both going to be very interesting. And I'm here to fight, and I'm here to push myself. I never really worry about my opponents. I'm here to push myself to my best potential, man, and try to be the best beat that I could possibly be.
Yeah, that's a fact right there. I was going to say, this is actually going to be a couple firsts for you with the battle with Loso, is that, one, you're doing a back-to-back battle. So that's going to be a first in a lot of battle rap fans' eyes. And then you're actually traveling in a lot of battle rap, fans' eyes for the first time and going to another person's quote-unquote home and going to war there. So I feel like the battle itself is going to be like even that much more like anticipated. There's going to be a lot of energy, going around for this battle just because there's a lot of things with this particular battle where it's like, okay, this ain't just your usual battle with two people, set it up and let's battle. Like, this actually has a lot of different parts and pieces to it that make it very intriguing. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this one comes about.
Yeah, that's a fact. It's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be crazy. I got a lot of love coming from the South, coming from that area. So people got this misconception that I'm gonna be down there out of my element and yada yada yada. But I'm getting a lot of support, bro. And I already knew I would, so I was never tripping on that. I'm getting a lot of support from the South and shit, and people that's coming out to support because they know what time it is. So it's gonna be crazy, bro.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait for that one, man. That's gonna be next week. The Verb one is this upcoming weekend. That I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this. I'm looking forward to it for a different reason. I'm not gonna be petty right now. I'm not bag right now about Aye Verb. I'll let the material in the rounds do the talking for me. But I'm looking forward to that battle for a different reason right now.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you this, Ben, before we get out of here. With the West this year, man, we had that conversation a while back, and we were like, talking about the state of the West. Is there a West battle rap scene? Or is anything going to be moving and shaking out here? And recently we had an event called Magnitude, the Western Summit, where we had about 5 weeks come together, all their battle rappers from their particular roster representing them and battling other teams, and everybody going for footage. I mean, we had a tournament. Like, it was a lot of things that went down with that, right? And then you have URL, who is bringing a traffic event. It's like, okay, we've had traffic here before, but this one actually looks like a legit Gnome or Summer Madness quality or caliber card, because they're booking the top tiers and the names that probably have never been booked over here before for an event like this. So they're actually investing into the West. It looks like, just on paper, what it looks like, they're investing something into the West. What's your take on now the direction of the West with battle rap? Do you see it going on an incline? Do you feel like it's stagnant? Or like, what's your take on the West right now with battle rap?
Oh, man, that's a layered I would have a layered response to that. I mean, for people for people that's not from here to come here and to set up shop and bring their battlers here, that's a great look for battle rap in general. That's a great look for battle rap. That's a great look for us as fans and consumers of battle rap that live in LA County or the West Coast or whatever. So we get to see, who we like. However, it's a whole different conversation for West Coast battlers. Are the West Coast battlers the premier focal point of this of these events, like this traffic card? No. The West Coast battlers are not the premier event. Like, the headliner is Diz, but Diz is already a legend. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're not doing Diz a favor in that regard, or you know what I'm saying? Like, he's already a legend. Like him being he's main evented millions of cars, not literally millions, but you know what I mean. So, is it an event where a lot of West Coast battle rappers is getting put on? No, but however, it's an event where a lot of premier stars in the culture are coming out to the West to put on and put on great performances for the West Coast crowd. So it's two ways to look at it. From a business perspective, for URL and for the whole culture in general, it's dope. Like, we finally get a dope event to go to with some of the top names in the culture. But then it's a separate conversation, like I said, in terms to the actual battle rappers progressing that are from the West. I think those are two different things happening there. But shout out to URL and KG and all that for making that event happen. I think it's dope. I think it's dope at the end of the day, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's a good thing for West Coast battle rap in terms of the actual battle rappers.
Like, in your opinion, because I really want to make this point out here to people from here, because there's a lot of different takes on the URL being here, what these events are having all their battlers come out here. But we had an event, like I mentioned, Magnitude, had 5 different West leagues, all from here in the West, come together. The event was crazy. Everybody showed out. A lot of people who were never known before the event actually got people who are from these URLs and King of the Dots. They actually got to see them for the first time, and it's helping them get booked now, because now they have a different type of eye on them now. You know what I'm saying? Their battles are being watched now. They're actually being sought after, where before they weren't known before the event. Like, an event like that, in my opinion, was a very impactful one for the West, because it featured all West, and at the end of the event, everybody took away something from there where their profile was elevated, which I don't really feel like a lot of times with events out here. Sadly, profiles aren't elevated all the time. Maybe one person may elevate their profile, but normally it's just an event, fun event, watch some fun battles. We're all in the crowd. We all know each other. It's almost like family coming together for a little cookout. We're going to watch these battles, eat some food, get drinks, and then we're going back home. It's like, those aren't really the kind of events I feel impactful, but something like Magnitude was. Do you feel like we need more events like Magnitude, or do you feel like there's another way to build the West and really get things going out here for us?
No, I think all of the ways are adequate ways to build the West, like the Magnitude event, the traffic event. They're all building blocks to building the West. So I won't say that that I want to do away with one of them. I think that all of them need to work like cohesively to build the West. But I think the primary focal point of building the West is building the interest of West Coast battle rap through West Coast battle rappers, because that's the only way you can really confirm the consistency of it. Meaning, like, we don't know how many traffic type cars are going to continue to happen from URL. This might be one and done. It might be once a year, like traffic, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we obviously would need more than that. So I think the way to really do it is, the premier West Coast battle rappers need to be battling premier rappers, from around the culture, and that needs to be a consistent thing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know, just to throw something up in the air, like Dre Vicious versus Tay Rock needs to happen sometime soon on the West. And I just say that because of the style clash. I think that'll be a dope battle. I'm not here to argue about tiers and who deserves what. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about from a stylistic standpoint. Geechee Gotti versus Calico needs to happen out here. Things of that nature. So Big big stars from the West battling big stars from other areas on the West needs to happen a lot more frequently on the West. That's what I would say.
Okay, I heard that. Definitely appreciate you breaking that down, man. Real quick, I want to make sure I put this out here because I want to make sure people are staying up to date with what you have going on. Musically, do you have anything musically right now? I know you just signed the deal just recently. I know you're actively in the studio, but do you have anything out there right now that the people can go ahead and access? And then also with that, what you like, where you signed to? Like, can you talk about that, like, them for just a second?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as far as the music, man, I kind of scraped and scratched everything I was working with because I was working on everything from a totally independent perspective. What I mean independent, I mean like just me. Like I was going to put out my own album, put out my own project, and all that. But now that I have the proper financial backing, I kind of want to restart different concepts and different song structures and try to add on to them with maybe perhaps better production or maybe some features from known artists. Different. We kind of just want to start from scratch. So all the music I was working on, I kind of just started over on it. But people can definitely check out some of my work that I already have up. Like we talked about earlier in the conversation, they can check out the Elevation album that I put out and back in the end of 2013 or early 2014, something like that. It's on YouTube, it's on Dat Piff, it's on live mixtapes. You can check it out. It's called Elevation by B. Dot. And then now, so I signed. So this would be like my third indie deal, right? And so this time around, when I was thinking about what I wanted to do, I really wanted to just work with people that understood the message. Because a lot of people I was having meetings with and talking to, and that was having some interest in me from a music business perspective, they still was trying to like twist it and trying to like commercialize me a little bit. And so with this company, actually, it's a family friend that's been in the business for a while. And so they just started their own label. Actually, they already had a label, but they started another label right now. And, they with the whole movement, they get everything I'm trying to do. And so they have the resources and the connections and obviously the financial backing to make it happen properly. So I signed with them. The entertainment group is called BTMR, which stands for Back to My Roots. So that already lets you know that they on board with what we trying to do. So yeah, man, it's a good look. You know what I mean? It's definitely a good look. I'm comfortable from a business aspect working with them. I've known them for quite some time, pretty much all my life actually. So it's a good fit, man. It's a real comfortable fit. And yeah, I'm getting straight to it. Right after these battles, we're gonna actually start game planning and really, breaking stuff down and really start to drop some visuals and drop some music, man. So anybody that's interested in my music work, it's coming soon, man. I definitely say November or December, I'll probably drop something with a video. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I would say so. If not, then definitely the top of next year for sure.
I heard that, man. I definitely can't wait to go ahead and hear some of this music. Also, man, the track, I don't know if you call it a diss track or if you just call it the response, but the track you put out earlier this year, I believe it was the Wait a Minute. I think that was what it was. That one is fire. Like, if y'all have not listened to that shit yet, please go listen to that, man. It's a crazy song. Like, it just, for me, I just appreciate people who they don't get so caught up into battle rap where they can't do music or they can't put out responses or tracks like that. Like, where it's just, okay, this is hip hop, right? Okay, let's just keep it on hip hop. And I'm going to throw something out there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of times battle rappers, they just get so much in battle mode. It's just like, well, I'm going to wait until I battle you in 3 years and have a round crazy. Like,
shit.
Nah, man, let's just,
yeah, that's the
you know what I'm saying? Like,
the goofiest shit,
it's hip hop, bro.
I was
like,
surprised I was surprised he didn't reply. It's goofy to me, bro. Like, this is hip hop. Like, you niggas are so wrapped up in this battle rap shit. It's crazy. Like, I'm from the era, like, we were, in high school and shit, when we was growing up and shit, and we had access to studios. We was like, man, that's all we was doing. We was dissing each other back and forth all day. Like, we would, you know what I'm saying? Like, we would go to the studio and shit, book studio time, and I would make like 15 diss records, like about dudes and shit. But that's what we would do. So I'm just accustomed to that. Like, and I know a lot of battle rappers aren't. They rather just wait. until they pay. Like, I seen somebody say something goofy like, why would you pay for your own studio time to diss somebody when they can pay you to battle them? And I'm like, bro, because I love the art. That's what I'm saying about these goofy ass battle rap niggas and battle rap fans. Like, y'all niggas is not really hip hop to me. Like, I love the art. Like, I love what I do. So yeah, I will pay my own money to go into the studio and make a track like that's going to be enjoyable to my ears and let me get off my bars and shit. Like, yeah, bro, like that's what this shit is about. So yeah, man, these niggas goofy. That nigga's goofy for not replying. And like I told him on Instagram yesterday when King of the Dot dropped that shit on Instagram as a promotional post. I said, yeah, nigga, you smart for not replying to this because you know you can't fuck with me on the beat, and that's an absolute fact. Nigga, Verb nor most of these niggas, 90% of these niggas can't do nothing with me on a beat, like nothing, like not even close, bro.
I feel you on that, man. A lot of these dudes, man, and what kills me is they wait for the battle to happen and then the personal don't hit. They have some whack personal. They have some whack angle. The crowd don't like it. They get booed. And their excuse is, well, it's real shit. Y'all ain't gonna like it. It's real shit. Like, bro, you just stop it, bro. Just don't even try that, bro. It's trash just like this. Like your trash is round as trash. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like a lot of people, they want battle rappers to be one thing. We want you to battle, and it's like, bro, you can't confine a battle rapper to one thing. Like, think about it, bro. The rapper game, nigga who has all these fucking platinum albums, these platinum songs, quadruple platinum, all these accomplishments, right? The man dropped a 15-minute diss track, bro. You could have wrote 4 songs, 4 classic hits with the shit that he put out there to G-Unit, right? He dissed them for 15 minutes, just said, fuck it, this is hip-hop. And I'm dissing you.
Exactly.
15 minutes of ethering people, right? I don't think there's any rapper, 15 minutes of material just to diss people. Like, and it's like, I feel like a lot of people, they just don't understand, bro. It's hip-hop. Like, you got to let it be what it is. Like, y'all want battle rap to be this, like, gimmicky. You almost want it to be like wrestling. Like, bro, if that's how you want it, bro, then then you're going to have to start accepting the fuckery that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? Because you really going to water shit down and get to a point where now, even though it's a form of entertainment, now it's not even looked at as a credible source of anything. There's no substance. There's nothing in it. It's just going to be a bunch of gimmicky shit that these white networks and owners and people can get a hold of and manipulate it. They want it to manipulate it, and then they're going to start bringing in these, as you say, mumble rappers. They're going to have a lot more of these mumble battle rappers. You're going to have a bunch of dots running around. The other dot from New York, y'all know what I'm talking about. That, and you're going to have a bunch of them running around who ain't entertaining at all, have no bars, and you niggas going to be crying and complaining, what happened to battle rap? So, you know what I'm saying? I think people should just accept it for what it is, man. It's hip-hop, man. Have fun with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually, man, it's, you know, people bow out of the game. Some people don't do it anymore. People just get to a point where they've accomplished all they wanted to, and they just let the work speak for themselves. So I feel like people should just take it for what it is, man. It's work that's been put out there. Appreciate it.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro. 100%.
But, yeah, man, I just want to say, man, I appreciate you, man, taking the time tonight for real, man, calling up, man. I definitely want to say again, man, I appreciate you for that first interview, man. Like, I don't think a lot of people really know, because I don't think a lot of people knew me at that time. Like, that first interview, like, that was the first show. So I was just now learning how to operate the radio show. Like, my phone kept cutting out every 10 to 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know I needed a certain service plan to call this, you know, call into my own show. Like, I didn't know this stuff. So that was like the struggle show of all shows, and it worked out perfectly, man, and everything came out crisp. So, man, I just want to thank you, man, for just always rocking with me and supporting me with what I do with the show and everything, man. I really appreciate that, gang.
Always, bro. Always. Absolutely, bro. You know, I fuck with your movement and everything you're doing for the West, man. You put in a lot of work, man, and we appreciate you for that, for real.
Oh, yeah, man. Before we get out of here, man, go ahead and plug everything that you have going on, and then, you know, any shout-outs that you want to do.
Yeah, definitely, man. Y'all pull up, man. Everybody that's in L.A., if you can't pull up to this Beat Out vs. Aye Verb shit going down, log on to KOTDTV.com or some shit. I don't know. It's something like that. It's KOTD TV.com, I believe. Log on to that, buy the pay-per-view. If you're in the area, pull up. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the address off the top of my head, but it's next Sunday, or this upcoming Sunday, rather, out here in L.A. And then following that, I got the Loso joint out in Atlanta. That will be pay-per-view, I believe. Shit, man, I don't know. Just I appreciate everybody fucking with me, man. Everybody that appreciates what I bring to the culture. I love y'all, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, man. That's it.
Facts, man. Facts, King. Definitely appreciate you calling up, man. We definitely gonna get you back up here, man. Probably after that Loso battle, man. After you done had both battles in the books, and we can just kind of recap it and just go over everything that went down.
Okay, bet, bro. You already know I'm one phone call away.